Hi all, welcome to this video. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com, and today I'm speaking about an Aries Ascendant, a Gemini Moon, and an Aquarius Sun. Very interesting combination. If this is yours, then welcome to this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So the degree rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth is your ascendant degree, and the sign on which it falls is your rising sign, and your rising sign is in Aries. So when you walk into a room with your purposeful stride and your edginess in your eyes, people tend to notice this side of you, because the ascendant is how the world perceives us. It is our physical body. It is a sum total of who we are in this incarnation. Okay, and having an Aries ascendant, you are the infant of the zodiac. So you're all about newness, freshness, excitement, adventure, and pioneering new things. But you're not necessarily great at completion. Okay, or detailing. Now, the moon sign is your mother, is a yin feminine receptive side of you. It is your emotions, your feelings, your connecting body, your nurturing, your understanding of nurturing, how you nurture, how you were nurtured. All of this, okay, your everyday habits and patterns, all this is the moon sign. Okay, and I must say, having your moon in Gemini is one of the most difficult aspects. It's not easy to deal with your moon in Gemini, because there's a constant dualistic energy at play. Think of the twin faces of Gemini. It's also your mother. So your mother may have been unemotional or emotionally unavailable to you in the sense that you wanted her to be. There could be a lot of travel in your life, even in your childhood, so much so that it may have disrupted your growth at times. You may be particularly attached to your neighbors with third house moon. You may be particularly attached to one car, and definitely a lot of local travel, and even if you've not had great higher education, you are always learning. That's something you cannot avoid with a Gemini moon. You're always learning new things. All right, and now the sun is the yang side. It's the masculine side. It's your goals, your ambitions, how you take your internal power and project it out into the world. Now you have your sun in Aquarius, which is not a good place for the sun, because the sun is the ruler of Leo, which is opposite polarity of Aquarius. So when a particular planet rules a particular sign, in the opposite sign it becomes very weak. Usually no planet is in detriment in Aquarius except the sun. So you can imagine that, and you've got two difficult placements. You've got difficult moon in Gemini and difficult sun in Aquarius. I mean, just by themselves they're difficult. Of course, you have to look at other aspects and other things happening in your natal chart to get the full picture, but you get the drift, right? So the sun is having an Aquarius 11th house sun. You're great at community, you're great at organizing community things, but maybe not great at one-on-one friendships or emotions. Your mother may have been very different, very iconoclastic, very non-conformist in some way. Okay, very pragmatic, very progressive, very innovative. Also, Aquarius sun, you're definitely very innovative. Sun is how you want the world to perceive you, and the ascendant is how the world perceives you, right? So you've got a lot going on in masculine signs. All these three are masculine, and a lot going on with air. your sun and moon are both in air, right? So there's a trine between your sun and moon. Trines are harmonious aspects that happen between the same modes, like fire to, mostly happen the same modes, like fire to fire, or earth to earth, like that. So that's interesting, with your sun being your more outward side and your moon being in harmony. That's, trine is a free-flowing energy. If you know how to use this, you can find harmony between your ambitions and between and in the outward projection of those ambitions, and you'll be comfortable with doing that. Okay, now third house, moon, you definitely need to find balance with your emotions. Moon cannot do well in Gemini because moon wants to connect, wants to emote, wants to feel. Gemini is not interested in any of that. It wants to experience new adventures, new ideas. Gemini is such a complex sign, and according to esoteric astrology, all the signs have a component of this Gemini energy. Why? Because everything in the 3D realm has to do with communication. Nothing can be done without communicating. So in a sense, Gemini is an all-pervasive energy in our everyday life. Everything is about how effectively we communicate. So your ascendant ruler is Mars, your lunar ruler is Mercury, and your solar ruler is Uranus. Uranus is the spiritual disruptor, the spiritual awakener, the innovator. Now, having your sun in Aquarius definitely means that you want to innovate for your community. Aquarius is all about community, it's democracy. It's a very opposite polarity of Leo, which is aristocracy. This is Leo's monarchy, and this is about democracy. So, and we are entering the age of Aquarius. Some say we have, but really Pluto in 2026 goes into Aquarius. That is when the true Aquarian age begins, and this is about democracy, sharing resources, innovating, and I think of blockchain, I think of Bitcoin, stuff like that. That is the very ethos of the age of Aquarius. Okay, now you have stuff going on in cardinal fire, you have stuff going on, emotions are in mutable air, and your ambitions are in fixed air. So air is all about intellectual aspects, okay, and interestingly, the esoteric soul ruler of Aquarius is Jupiter. So there's a lot of philosophy to Aquarius. Yes, it is the sign that deals with aliens and tech and all that high stuff. So sun in Aquarius, definitely you're interested in tech. You cannot not be. So you can even start ventures, and of course Gemini moon, you're definitely into communicating. So you can use tech effectively to communicate. And you can have this very pioneering spirit of Aries to propel you forward doing that. So you can, start new things, and you can experience new experiences with your Gemini moon, and you can effectively communicate it via Mercury. And you want to bring social reformation. You are an iconoclast with your sun in Aquarius. Definitely in some way you do not fit in, and you feel like you don't fit in. But an 11th house sun is powerful in its own way, because it really connects you to your community, and you can emerge as a community leader. And Aries has this very, very powerful leadership signature. So you can appear to be, so you can, come to the forefront of your community as a very powerful leader who understands the democratic principles and is ready to bring in innovation and a slight touch of eccentric genius to the whole equation, right? So creating new things, new ideas, you know, but Aquarius can be very stubborn and fixed. And with all these three signs, there's definitely a lack of empathy and connection and compassion. So you have to pay equal attention to your feelings that arise, no matter how dualistic, acceptance, understanding, learning to work with them. That's a very important part of integrating the soul lessons. In fact, the moon sign becomes our greatest challenge after the age of 35, because you know, till then we've just developed all these habits and patterns that are actually detrimental to our soul growth, but we don't realize them. We want to forge ahead with them. So like, comment, subscribe, share, let me know what you think, and please visit my website www.tinahills.com.